Okay, so first thing I want to say is apologies for the lack of commentary in the video. My microphone for some reason decided to not work, and this is going to be a post-commentary. And I'm not really going to talk about the gameplay because it's just me failing a whole bunch in the sliding and the flying part of the level. So with that being said, I'm going to get straight into the lore of Rayman 2. So the Rayman website that was in the menu, Rayman 2, it's called RaymanPC.com. I'm not sure whether this is the official thing, but it says the knowledge of the world. So, the knowledge of the world is the name given to a collection of important secrets relating to the Glade of Dreams and its creation, its history, and its inhabitants. The knowledge is contained within the heart of the world itself. That's the thing made up of the 1,000 lumps. And when the robo-pirates shatter the heart into its 1,000 yellow lumps, before the events of Rayman 2, the knowledge becomes separated and disseminated amongst them. As Rayman collects more and more of the yellow lumps, the secrets gradually reveal themselves to him. Now, Murphy did say that in the very first episode, but I held down J when he told me to, and nothing like this ever happened. But this is what should have happened. I might show it in the next episode. So, as Rayman gathers the yellow lumps and learns the secrets, he ascends through 5 different stages of wisdom. First being naive, then a novice, then enlightened, then in the wise, and then omniscient. Each of the 5 stages is subdivided into 5 different levels of wisdom, with the exception of the final stage, which contains only one rather. This makes for a total of 21 levels of wisdom through which Rayman progresses, and each one revealing new secrets to both him and the player. The knowledge of the world is omitted from both the PlayStation and PlayStation 2 versions of the game. It's also not to be found in any other games which Rayman collects yellow lumps, such as the Game Boy Advance versions of Rayman 3 and Rayman Raving Rabbits, likely because only the yellow lumps in Rayman 2 are also part of the heart of the world, while in the others, they're just conglomerates of energy. So, it's not really... It's been retconned, basically, in the later games. So, what follows is the knowledge of the world is in its entirety, as revealed to Rayman throughout the course of the game. So, to begin with, in the naive stage, getting 1 to 49 yellow lumps says, yellow lumps are the 1,000 fragments of the heart of the world broken by the pirates. They contain universal knowledge. The more you gather, the more you will learn. You can access the secrets of the world by pressing F1. So, that was told to us. Oh, F1, that's what I should have pressed. Oh, okay, makes a lot more sense now. Anyway, 50 to 99 yellow lumps says, first, you must know that the universe is made of energy. Everything that moves around you, everything that lives and thinks is given life by the tiny magical lights which we call lumps. Okay, so it's basically midichlorians like in Star Wars. So for 100 to 159 yellow lumps, says there are 4 types of lumps. The most important ones are the yellow lumps. There are 1,000 of them. The yellow lumps give knowledge to those who gather them and can also open doors into unknown places. So that's what the teens use them for the Hall of Doors. So 150 to 199 yellow lumps. Red lumps are full of vital energy. Pirates love them. Destroy them and you can take all of the red lumps which they have stolen for yourself. So whenever we defeat pirates and red lumps spill out of them, like blood, it's actually them having eaten the red lumps. For the next one, 200 to 249 yellow lumps, it says, purple lumps assure the cohesion of the world. Without them, nothing would be solid or visible. With your magic fist, you can jump through the air and grab them one after the other. Okay, so that's all of Naive. That's all 5 stages of Naive. Moving on to Novice. 250 to 299 yellow lumps. Blue lumps contain the first breath. They are the origin of all life. Each creature receives at birth his blue lums and keeps them until the day they die. For 300 to 349 yellow lums, one day, the lums focus themselves into thought, and their consciousness brought to life a strange and marvellous creature, Polycus. His power is such that his smallest dream or desire becomes reality. That's why he's powered by the yellow lums. 350 to 399 yellow lums, Polycus decided to use his powers to bring people to the world. He began with the magical beings and dreamed of the fairies. They are his emissaries. After the first 4 lums, they made the silver lums, which give you your special powers. 400 to 449 yellow lums, Polycus then created the Teensies. Their role is to unveil all the roads in the world. They know every secret passage and can lead you to the Hall of Doors, where all paths eventually come together. For 450 to 499 yellow lums, next he created the simpler creatures. First came Clark. His incredible strength proved useful in carving out the landscape, to fold hills into the monotonous plains, and to deviate the 2 impetuous rivers. So that's all of the 5 stages of Novice. Moving on. Enlightened. Okay, so Enlightened. We have 500 to 559 yellow lums. After came the adorable Glowbox and his family. Aren't they cute? The wise sages don't know what Polycus had in mind when creating them, but he truly used his sense of humour for inspiration. For 550 to 599 yellow lums, Polycus finished his creative efforts by conceiving a multitude of fantastic creatures like Murphy, the flying 1-volume encyclopedia, or the horrible Elg, I think, who spends his time getting drunk on strange brews in the depths of the marshes. Okie doke. Interesting. 600 to 649. Unfortunately, Polycus couldn't control all of his creations. His nightmares and negative thoughts gave birth to their own peculiar beasts. So be careful not to meet up with them, and avoid any nightmares you might meet in your journeys. For 650 to 699, after having created all of the creatures who live in this world, a harder task remained: creating time. So Polycus went to the place where all of the gods of the worlds met, and together they set about dreaming up the future. 700 to 749. To be warned of any problems that might occur, Polycus sent magic masks to the 4 corners of the world. Before leaving, he explained to the fairies that reuniting all 4 masks would be all it would take to bring him back. Yeah, as if it was that easy. Okay, so moving on to the next category, after those 5, is wise. So for 750 to 799, since he didn't want to be called back by just anybody, Polycus created fierce guardians to protect the masks, giving them all hidden weaknesses that only a true warrior could discover and use. It wasn't that hard. There's massive stalactites and... what? Okay, never mind. 800 to 849. The period immediately following Polycus's departure was a time of wonder. The people learned to speak and love nature. A wind of freedom blew through all their souls. Everything was in harmony, until the pirates landed. 850 to 899. As you know, the pirates broke the heart of the world into pieces. They want to make us all slaves, and keep all of the riches to themselves. They are soulless monsters, good at only one thing: stealing our dreams that they will never share. 900 to 949. You must wake Polycus. Only he can help you defeat the pirates. So, unite the 4 masks as quickly as you can. Otherwise, the world as we know it will be forever doomed to bathe in pain and suffering. For 950 to 998, you have become very wise in your own way. The time has come to reveal to you a mystery for which no sage can find the answer. This mystery is you. No one knows from whence you came, nor who your parents were. And finally, omniscient. The next final category, only one thing in it. 999 to 1000 yellow lums. Of all the inhabitants here, you are the only one whom Polycus did not dream. You are the only one to receive powers from the fairies. Some see you as the chosen one of all the gods. Who knows? And that concludes all of the knowledge of the world. Oh, I've had a bit of a hiccup there. So, that is all the background stuff relating to all the lums. Now I'm going to move on to trivia and whatever to fill up the rest of the time. So, thank you, and I will see you in that part. Okay, so moving on to the third time wasting part. In the Sega Dreamcast and Nintendo 3DS versions of the game, a secret area can be found before the technical checkup of the Tomb of the Ancients. By pressing A, B, X, Y, X, Y, while Rayman is in front of the technical checkup door, a wooden crate will appear allowing access. Inside are 3 signs, each containing a different message. Now, it doesn't say here what the message is. I'm on VG Facts, by the way. Next trivia fact is, the Crow's Nest features a hidden collectible which gives Rayman unlimited ammunition. After gaining the ability to fire, flying to the highest part in the middle of the chamber while holding the jump and shoot buttons will result in Rayman passing through it and entering a secret tunnel. At the end of the tunnel, a glowing blue ball can be collected, which will give the player an unlimited number of shots. So that'll be in anticipation for the next level, Crow's Nest. Next is, in Rayman 3D on the 3DS, the spider web in the Tomb of the Ancients located in front of the 1000th Lum doesn't have any bounce physics. This means that it is impossible to get the 1000th Lum without abusing a glitch, in which the player must use an enemy's knockback effect to lift themselves up to it. Okay, next fact is, in an early teaser for the game, Rayman can be seen using his fists as his attack, similar to the first Rayman game, rather than shooting energy spheres as the final product. Next trivia fact is, in the PlayStation version of the game, collecting at least 720 Lums will unlock a secret 2D level. It is believed that this is the remaining level from the cancelled 2D sequel planned for the original Rayman. Okay, the next fact is that Rayman 2 originally started out as a 2D platformer, akin to the original Rayman. It was to feature the robotic pirates concept that made it into the final game. Batilla the Fairy was planned to be in the game, but Lee was nowhere to be found. Many robot concepts were cut, including a robotic dinosaur. Okay, next is, Rayman wasn't the only one whose colour was changed to the Japanese version of the game. Sam the Water Snake went from purple to green, Jano's hat became red, and Lee the Fairy's design changed completely. Her eyes were rounder, her pupils were bigger, and a lighter shade of green in colour, and she was given thinner eyebrows the same colour as her hair. Instead of green lips, they were now pink, and her clothes also became purple and white. And Rayman also went from purple to blue, because in Japan, purple is commonly used on villains. It is likely the change was to assert Rayman as the game's hero. And that is all of the facts that I have right now. So on the Wikipedia about Rayman 2, it mentions that the platforms that this game came out on: Dreamcast, Game Boy Color, iOS, Microsoft Windows, N64, Nintendo DS, Nintendo 3DS, PlayStation, and PlayStation 2. Now obviously I'm playing the PC version, which I believe is the best version of the game, but the ports are okay. I mean, they keep all the gameplay, but the music is lacking, and the sound effects are also lacking in that as well. So, a quick synopsis. I wonder if this will take the amount of time. Okay, the destruction of the world's core greatly weakens and disables Rayman's powers, which leads to his subsequent capture. Was that even English? It leads to his subsequent capture and imprisonment aboard the Buccaneer, a prison ship. Glowbox, a friend of Rayman, is also captured and put in the same cell as Rayman, aboard the Buccaneer. Glowbox gives Rayman a silver lump to him by the Lee the Fairy, which temporarily restores some of his powers. Rayman escapes the ship through a chute. However, during the escape, he once again separates from Glowbox. After falling from the ship, Rayman eventually finds himself in the Woods of Light. Rayman decides that this is his best chance to find Lee, and begins his search through the forest. He comes across Murphy. Oh, okay, I think that's our time, and let's end it there.